One of the things I love about the manufacturing business is this constant need to be better. If you're complacent, your business isn't going to go very far. So when you see a company, it's out in the world embracing change, R&D, new innovations, you know they move that needle. A lot of the times though, when we're talking about innovation, it brings up new conversations around education, training, investments, and that makes this whole idea of ROI a moving target for us. So the MSC team led us here at How To on an industry exploration, specifically in the world of metrology. It landed me right here at the Mitutoyo showroom in Aurora, Illinois, where I'm not just going over one product, one solution. We're showing you a multitude of technologies, innovations, that if you use them combined in your business, it's gonna make you better. So with that, I'm going to put on my hat as the president of Sanchez Solutions International 2.0 so you and I can both learn how to increase ROI with metrology. I promised you all a multitude of innovations to help your business, and I meant it. Behind me, you're seeing a shop floor CMM. We're gonna be going over digital indicators. We're gonna be going over data collection, and I brought the Mitutoyo team with me. Curtis,
Sir.
How's it going, brother?
Well, brother.
Jacob, Pat,
Hey.
Haney, how's it going?
Good.
I wanted some knowledge, and that's why I had to bring you guys here to pick your brains. And Curtis, I wanna start off with you. If I'm El Presidente, Sanchez Solutions, and I need to better understand all this noise that's out in the industry with new innovations and products, how can I better just like be a sponge and soak in new information and new knowledge?
Well, as a business owner, you always want to be able to just ask not just the right questions, but sometimes ask the stupid questions, right? Because they also help us sometimes kind of relive some of this new intuitive innovation that's going on in technology, right? Would you say the same?
Absolutely.
Right? Okay. So
Yeah.
in some cases such as you, what would that be? I don't know. For me, it'd be more of, hey, do I want to go to get more throughput from data collection to handwriting? Or do I want to go and take my micrometer for doing ODs, but I want to streamline it? Let's talk about some laser mics, right?
Yeah.
Some of the dumb questions are also the good questions. That's the way I look at it.
I love that. That needs to get put on a t-shirt.
Hey.
So, Pat, where do I start moving forward though as a small to medium-sized business to start implementing new technologies? Do I got to start spending 100 grand? Do I spend money on one product and wait 5 years before I see an ROI?
No, not really. I think it's a question of being purposeful and engaged in your process, not just taking a measurement and like, hey, okay, I checked it, it's good, and moving on, but actually thinking about, hey, what am I doing? Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
And you can do simple things like, hook up a tool to a USB cable and then hook it into your PC. Boom, you're doing data collection and you're spending maybe $100 on a cable, right? So just thinking about your process and thinking about why you're doing it.
And Haney, that why. So if I'm El Presidente, I ask the dumb good question, I got more knowledge and I'm ready to start implementing, where do I go from there? You're one of the experts here at Mitutoyo. Like, how could you help me? What's some of your insights for somebody out in the field at that shop?
You know, when you look at all of our metrology equipment, and not even just our metrology equipment in general, everything that MSC supports, we want to be able to collect the data from that. We want to use the information that's coming out of this precise, accurate equipment to generate process improvements in the manufacturing shop floor, right? To basically improve on scrap rates, to improve on quality. And so when we're able to get these measurement values and start to aggregate them, we can start to pinpoint and understand where we have room for improvement. Is it at the machine? Is it at the operator? Do they need more training? Is it fixturing? Is it tooling? It could be a myriad of different things. And so collecting data is really the key to doing that.
Fellas, I'm kind of a hands-on guy, and if you're trying to make a sale to me, I gotta see it in action. Haney, do you mind if we get out of these guys' way, let them get back to work, and we move on?
Let's do it.
Y'all doing the fun stuff.
Brother, get back
Thanks,
to it.
Jacob.
You ready to go?
Yeah, let's do it. Thanks.
Appreciate it.
All right, brother. If I'm El Presidente of Sanchez Solutions International 2.0, I'm a tough sell. What do you got for me to show me some hands-on, real-world innovations?
Well, there's no secret that just about every shop out there is going to be taking measurements at almost every corner of the manufacturing shop, in the quality lab, at the machine, in the machine, final inspection, first article inspection, everywhere, right? So how does El Presidente manage all of this data and understand where they can make improvements?
So do you have something that I can actually like engage with though and get to utilize, like if I was in my own shop with my own parts, you know what I mean?
Well, let's take a look here with our coolant proof caliper. We have a wireless transmitter on the back of it, and go ahead and just measure this little air fitting here that we can go ahead and take some measurements.
Okay, so what am I looking at here?
Yeah, so first glance, there's a lot going on, but really we can just focus on really what we're trying to do next. And here in this case, we're just gonna measure the overall length. And so this is a view that we can customize and we can simplify a variety of different ways. We can show the pictures of the part print, and all the inspector needs to do is follow along, measure what's next to do, hit the button, the data goes in, and it's gonna give live feedback as far as what the measurements were, what time.
Oh, I didn't see the time, nice. So that shows how many measurements have been made, the value, shows a timestamp. So that's green. I think this one just went yellow. I think that one was yellow before. Is that just transferring, showing me what to go do next?
Yeah, so the yellow border here is telling you what was the last measurement. So we can see our last measurement there was in the yellow. This could give an indication to the inspector, the operator, that some adjustment maybe needs to be made on the machine. And so in this case, we'll take the ID measurement, hit the measurement there. And in this case, that's a bad part. So now there's no question that you as an operator need to do something. This went out of tolerance. We can clear this prompt here, and then we can further add causes and corrective actions. So now the operator knows why it went out and then what they need to do to fix it.
So it's not just that I'm a bad machinist.
No, definitely not, right? It could be all sorts of things. When we talk about process improvement, it's not about necessarily the individuals. It's about, is the training program good enough to make you, the operator, successful? Are the machines maintained well enough so that the shop can be successful? And this is what it's meant to identify.
See, that's the biggest thing about data, about this new age of smart manufacturing. When you see something like this, it is scary. It's supposed to be, but only because you don't understand it yet. At the end of the day, it's colors, it's numbers. The numbers we're trying to hit to get our good parts out the door, to keep quality in our shop. And if you can understand that, it becomes a lot less scary, and you can start utilizing it to not just make good parts, but make your employees better. Dude. All right, I'll admit it, I'm sold a little bit, all right? I really appreciate your time, man. Definitely. Do you mind if I hang around for a little bit more and just play around? There's a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, hey, measure away.
Sick. I appreciate your guys' time today. Yeah. We really made sure that the audience, y'all understand how to increase ROI with metrology. If I'm being honest with you guys though, like I love everything we've got to do today. I love the hands-on work I got to experience, but like I'm a machinist at heart. Like I want to get out there. I think I found one of my colleagues that has a facility like 45 an hour away from you guys.
Nice.
If I can get us in there, will you bring like some product and we can actually go use some editorial stuff on a shop floor?
Hey, absolutely, we'll prove it for you.
Dude, I think that'd be the perfect way to learn how to conquer data collection.
Nice.
You guys get the toys, I go to the shop.
We'll see you there.
Let's do it.
All right.
For more metalworking tips and industry best practices, stay tuned for the next how-to episode and subscribe to the MSC Industrial Supply YouTube channel, a source of original manufacturing content built to make you better.